طيب، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you doing, sister? Good. Can you tell me what's your name?
My name is Annika.
Annika. Annika, where are you from?
I was born in Germany.
Uh-huh.
Lived there for 20 years. After that, I came to Sweden. I've been living here for 22 years now.
Sister Annika, right? And you said that you're from Germany.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how long have you been Muslim?
Well, I converted or reverted, however you like to say it, about 10 and a half years ago. It was in Ramadan.
Yeah.
I had been fasting Ramadan once with my Muslim friends when I was still a Christian, because I wanted to do something more than the Christian type of fasting. And that year, I think I was already seriously thinking about converting.
Yeah.
That happened 1 year later, second time I was fasting, the 2nd of Ramadan.
MashaAllah. So what were you before you became Muslim? Like, what religion were you religious? Were you?
Yeah, actually, because when I was half a year old, my parents moved to a very little village, which was Catholic.
Catholic.
South of Germany. And, well, I was baptized in the Protestant church, but
Of course.
in this village I used to attend the Catholic services with the old ladies together, because I had I was believing in God. Actually, at that time in the early 80s, there was nothing like atheism in this little village. It was common to be Christian.
So how did you learn about Islam? What really made you to be interested in learning about Islam?
Well, I was always interested in meeting people, talking to people. I had a lot of pen friends when I was younger. So in 1990, I think, I had a pen friend from Mauritius, which is very multicultural, multi-religious, and she was a Muslim. And at that time, actually, I was involved with the Protestant church, going to some meetings now and then. And what happened, actually, I was planning during the summer of 1990 to go to Tizir, to this monastery, to have dialogues between Catholic and Protestants. But I got an invitation from my pen friend to see her in Mauritius, and a 17-year-old girl. Wow, it's Mauritius, exciting little island in the Indian Ocean. So I told my mom, "Oh, Mom, I have the chance to go there, so I hope you don't mind." And instead of talking Christianity, I'll learn something about Islam. Okay, why not? Just go. So I came there to Mauritius and met my pen friend and her family. And some days before I arrived, my pen friend's grandma died. So the big family was gathering together at grandma's place. They was reciting the Quran and doing prayers together, and this was a great experience for me. Really great.
Right.
Because so far, I had only heard about Islam from the Catholic Church,
Right.
from media,
Right.
which of course was not positive. And then I just thought, oh my God, they're not beating the ladies and they're not violent. And well, what was I told all the time?
Was different.
The most important thing was actually the Quran. Because I was listening, and I was very restless teenager, very angry, and I was listening, and it was the first time in my life I recall that I felt calm and harmonic.
Wow.
And when I was 40, actually, I got my ADHD diagnosis, so now I know why I always was very restless. And listening to the Quran, I did not understand a single word, but it was just making me feel
Calmed you
calm
down.
and relaxed. And well, this was I don't really it's hard to find words to explain this feeling.
Right.
Very special memory ever since. When I returned back home to Germany, then went to secondary school, and I was arguing with my teachers, who of course would tell me how horrible Islam is, and I said, no, come on, I've been living with a Muslim family, I know. You're only 17 years old, you know nothing. And I kept on. I didn't go to church then anymore, but some meetings, some Christian meetings where we had dialogues, Muslims and Christians, I attended that instead, and I was like wondering, am I Muslim, am I Christian? Because I felt very comfortable with the Muslim family I met in a couple of years then. 13 years actually. I was like meeting more Muslim people and reading more, and like I felt more and more. No, I mean it's very similar. Christianity and Islam are very similar religions, but still there are a couple of things that are different, and I feel like Islam is giving me better answers. So as I told you before, like I was fasting once without being Muslim. The second time I started fasting in the Ramadan, I said I took shahada.
You took your shahada in Ramadan?
Yeah.
What year was that? What year?
It was 2004.
Oh, okay. So it's been like 11 years now.
Yeah, it's so many.
MashaAllah. How do you see your life after Islam now? Are you happy?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Good.
I mean, sometimes I feel a bit disturbed because you don't get along with every Muslim, of course. But you know, I always remember this experience of listening to the Quran, and I really love it. I still love it.
Good. What message would you give to the Muslims, to the world, like to the Muslims in the world?
Well, what would I say? I think study. I mean, that's actually the first word we got
Iqra.
as a revelation.
Read.
and study. Try to understand. Worship the one God and behave well.
Right.
This is the essence for me.
And what message would you give to non-Muslims?
Well, get to know Muslims. That's it, I think. Because once you get to know people, you don't need to be afraid of them.
True.
And you change your mind.
Very good advice. Jazakallah khair. That's awesome. Thank you.